Hi, it's Grandpa from Grammy and Grandpa Read, and today's book is Pirate Pete by Jim Kennedy and illustrated by Doug Kennedy. Oh, look at this. It starts out with a map. Do you guys like maps? I always do. We got Candy Island, Clover Island, Sleepy Island, Dragon Island, and Mermaid Island. It's Her Majesty's treasure map. Hope it's part of the story. It's an Abrams book for young readers of New York. Gold put the twinkle in Pirate Pete's eye, the shine in his hook, and the sparkle in his smile. Why, he liked gold so much that he plundered every ship and shore on the 7 seas in search of the gleaming booty. When he heard that the Queen had discovered a treasure map, Pete had to have it. After all, he exclaimed to his parrot, where there's a treasure, there's gold, and where there's gold, I'm a-goin'. Pete journeyed to the Queen's castle, where he whispered a plan to his feathered companion. You sing her to sleep, and I'll still the map. Aye, squawked the bird. Up he fluttered to the highest tower, where the Queen sat gloating over the map. Softly the parrot sang her a lullaby. The dirty trick, the old high seas snoozeroo, worked like a charm on the Queen. While her head bobbed like a man overboard, Pete climbed the tower and snatched up the map. By the time the Queen awoke, Pete was far out to sea. Unfurl the map, he told his bird. There lies the gold, he declared, pointing to the bold black X on Mermaid Island. To Mermaid Island we go. We must be swift, said the parrot. Her Majesty's fleet will be after us for sure. Pete spun the wheel east, and then with a great gust of wind, the ship sailed off. Fine sailing weather, said the parrot. Pete might have agreed. Aye, 'tis. But he had just spied an island up ahead. He checked the map. That be Candy Island. He growled, twisting up his nose. I thinks we should pay it a visit. We don't have time, said the parrot. We've got to get to Mermaid Island. Listen up, matey, said Pete. Where there's candy, there's rotten teeth, and where there's rotten teeth, there's gold to fill 'em. And where there's gold, I'm a-goin'. The stubborn pirate turned the ship toward Candy Island, and with good wind behind them, they were soon upon its sugary shores. Avast, ye candy eaters, Pete ordered the islanders. Open your mouths so I can see your gold teeth. Pete peeked into the mouth of every licorice-licking, taffy-tugging, chocolate-chomping soul on the island. But he had not reckoned on the toothbrushing. Pearly whites, he cursed. No gold, no gleaming booty. He snatched up some sweets and shoved off. I'll not veer off course again, he promised the parrot. To Mermaid Island we go. Fine sailing weather, said the parrot. Pete might have agreed. Aye, 'tis, but he had just spied a spot of luck. Clover Island. That's not where we're headed, said the parrot. Listen up, matey, grumbled Pete. Where there's clover, there's leprechauns, and where there's leprechauns, there's pots of gold. And where there's gold, I'm a-goin'. There's the little elf, cried Pete as the ship creaked ashore. A genuine leprechaun sitting next to a pot of gold. Before the merry man could cock his hat, Pete seized the pot, scrambled to the ship, and shoved off. Irish stew, he hollered. What? When he lifted the lid. No gold? No gleaming booty? He gnashed his teeth. I'll not veer off a course again, said Pete. Next stop, Mermaid Island. Fine sailing weather, yawned the bird. Pete might have agreed. Aye, 'tis, but he had just spied a soothing sight for tired eyes. Sleepy Island. That's not where we're headed, the parrot reminded him. Listen up, matey, said Pete. Where there's sleeping, there's the Sandman. And where there's the Sandman, there's magic gold dust. And where there's gold, I'm a-going. Pete sailed to the snoozing shores where the Sandman was tiptoeing from bed to bed. Pete grabbed the old man's bag and reached inside. Storybooks, Pete bellowed, waking the island. No gold? No gleaming booty? So he hooked a book and shoved off. I'll not veer off course again, he said, pulling up his nightcap. Tomorrow morning we make for Mermaid Island. The sun rose and the ship sailed on. Fine sailing weather, said the bird. Pete might have agreed, aye, 'tis, but he had just spied a smoldering sight. Dragon Island. He turned the ship toward its smoky peaks. That's not where we're headed, flapped the parrot. Listen up, matey, said Pete. Where there's dragons, there's lairs. And where there's lairs, there's gold. And where there's gold, I'm a-going. Ashore, Pete crept into the dragon's lair where he found the giant lizard snoozing beside a golden egg. Between the snorts and snores, Pete sneaked the egg from its hazy nest, rolled it to his ship, and shoved off. "'Tis a golden goose egg," guessed Pete. Suddenly, the shiny shell cracked open. Out popped a baby dragon with a mouthful of flames. "That's no goose," cried Pete. "That's a fire-breathing lizard, and let's set our sails and he set our sails ablaze. Abandon ship." While the baby dragon flew off with his mother, Pete and his parrot jumped into a rowboat. The parrot watched in despair as the trusty ship sank beneath the waves with a simmering splash. We're done for, sobbed the parrot. "Well, bait, shark snacks." "Them's no sharks," said Pete. "Them's be mermaids." "We've made it," cheered the parrot. We've made it to Mermaid Island. "Hand me the treasure map," Pete declared, crawling onto shore. After yelling out paces and counting out steps, hobbling to the right and wobbling to the left, Pete finally called, "Here 'tis. X marks the spot." Pete began digging. Then he struck something. "A treasure chest," he cried. With the clang of his cutlass, he broke the chest's lock. The lid flew open to reveal gold, Pete sang, "gleaming booty." It was a pirate's dream come true. While Pete bathed in the glorious riches, a shadow fell across him. "The Queen," squawked the parrot as the guards gathered around. "Look here, your majesty," said Pete, fumbling for a fib. "I got your treasure all dug up and waiting for you." But the Queen would not be tricked this time. "Take the gold," she ordered her men, "but leave the pirate and his bird here alone." Then, as quickly as they had came, the Queen and her troops disappeared. "All that work and no gold, no gleaming booty," moaned the parrot. "What's worse, we're marooned." "Not to worry, matey," said the Pete with a wink. "The Queen may have taken our gold, but she forgot our boat." So Pete and his faithful companion set off again, this time for the sunset, where the ocean glistened like 1,000 coins of gold. After all, where there was gold, they were a-going. Anyway, I hope you like that story. I always love pirate stories. They're the best. Remember to smash the like button down below, give us a big thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, and watch the playlist for pirates.